walls are so gray I couldn't pay attention. I heard your gospel, it moved me to tears, but I couldn't find the hate and I couldn't find the fear. I met your savior, I knelt at his feet, and he took my $10 and he went down the street. I tried to believe all the things that you said, but my friends that aren't dying are already dead. Raise a toast to St. Joe's drummer. I think he might have been our only decent teacher. Getting older makes it harder to remember. We are our only saviors. We're gonna build something this summer. It started when we were dancing. It got heavy when we got to the bathroom. We didn't go back to her place. We went to some place where she can't sit. She said, I know I look tired, but everything's fried here in Memphis. Man, I wanna know exactly which bathroom, dude. Does it make any difference? It can't be important. Yeah, sure, I'll tell my story again. In barlight, she looked alright. In daylight, she looked desperate. That's alright, I was desperate too. I'm getting pretty sick of this interview. Subpoenaed in Texas, sequestered in Memphis. Subpoenaed in Texas, sequestered in Memphis. I think she drove a new Mustang. I guess it might be a rental. I remember she had satellite radio. I guess she seemed a bit nervous. Do you think I'm that stupid? Well, what the hell, I'll tell my story again. In barlight, she looked alright. In daylight, she looked desperate. That's alright, I was desperate too. I'm getting pretty sick of this interview. Subpoenaed in Texas, sequestered in Memphis. 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 I went there on business. Texas, sequestered in Memphis. I went there on business. Texas, sequestered in Memphis. I went there on business. Texas, sequestered in Memphis. I went there on business. Texas, sequestered in Memphis. When there weren't any parties, she'd park by the quarry, walk into the woods until she came to a clearing where townies would gather and drink until blackout, smoke cigs till they're sick, pack bowls and then pass out. Windows wide open to let the hard rock in. Theirs was a rage that didn't need much convincing. The girls gave her glares, but the boys were quite pleasant. To be totally honest, they didn't seem much different. When there weren't any parties, sometimes she'd party with townies. Out on the parkways, after the parties, it was always arousing when they'd rev up their engines. It's hard to describe, so she kept it a secret. The girls that she lived with, they knew nothing about it. The night with the fight and the butterfly knife was the first night she spent with that one guy she liked. She gave him a ride to some kid's house in Cleveland. He stayed there for 2 weeks. The cops finally found him. He didn't seem that different, except for the blood on his jacket. He didn't seem that different, except for maybe his haircut. He didn't seem much different. It didn't seem that different up until this one little incident. They didn't seem much different. Now the cops want to question everyone present. They parade every townie in town through the stations, but no one says nothing, and they can't find the weapon. The girl takes the stand and she swears she was with him. Her father's lawyers do most of the talking. She's sick of the questions, sick of the concept of justice and fairness. Who the hell cares who gets caught in the middle? She smokes and she ponders this riddle. When one townie falls in the forest, can anyone hear it? When one townie falls, when one townie falls in the forest, does anyone notice? One drop of blood on immaculate cat. Mom, do you know where your girl is? Sophomore accomplice in a turtleneck sweater. Dad, do you know where your kids are? Sniffing at crystal and cute little cars. Get nailed against dumpsters behind townie bars. It's a cute little town, boutiques and cafes. Her friends all seemed nice, she was getting good grades. But when she came home for Christmas, she just seemed distant and different. And now we're trying to match the mouse to the screams, match the heads to the dreams. Everybody's searching out the soft to see. All tiled up for the funeral feast. the sharpest knife. Legs wide open on the opening night. Everybody's bathing in the laser lights. Clever kids screwing with some new device. Sunday morning, sidewalks splattered, feverish and stylish tatters. Didn't this used to seem like grammar? I remember when it mattered. Can't get over what's transpired. Left home virgins came back vampires. Built it out like backstretch choirs. Either dead or really tired. Everybody's coming on the Navy sheets. Everybody's coming on the Navy sheets. Everybody wants to suck on something sweet. Everybody's coming on the Navy sheets. Everybody's coming on the Navy sheets. Lord, I'm discouraged. The circles have sucked in her eyes. Lord, I'm discouraged. Her new friends have shadowed her life. Lord, I'm discouraged. She ain't come out dancing for some time. And I tried to light candles, but they burned down to nothing. She keeps coming up with excuses and hatches and fortified wine. Excuses and hatches and fortified wine. Excuses and hatches and fortified wine. There's a house on the south side. She stays in for days at a time. I know I'm no angel, I ain't been bowed that way. Can't you hear her? She's that sweet missing songbird when the choir sings on Sunday. And I'm almost busted, but I bought back the jewelry she sold. And I come to your altar, but then there's just nothing. And she keeps insisting the sutures and bruises are none of my business. She says that she's sick, but she won't get specific. The sutures and bruises are none of my business. This guy from the north side comes down to visit. His visits, they only take 5 or 6 minutes. trust in your wisdom, but my faith has been wavering. Won't you show me a sign? Let me know that you're listening. Excuses and half-truths, fortified wine. Excuses and half-truths, fortified wine. Excuses and half-truths, fortified wine. I know it's unlikely she'll ever be mine, so I mostly just pray she don't die. Yeah, Sapphire, I'm sick and I'm tired and I'm fried, and you gotta believe me. Yeah, Sapphire, if I cross myself when I come, would you maybe receive me? Yeah, Sapphire, you were feisty at first, but I broke you and I showed you the tempo. Sacramento, you swung at us first, but it ended up going down gentle. Sapphire and Cheyenne's too small, we'll haul it all back to St. Paul. I was just about to call you when you called. Yeah, Sapphire, I know the last time we touched I came on a bit rough, please forgive me. Yeah, Sapphire, after you left, it was a big sketchy mess, they almost killed me. Sapphire and Cheyenne's too small, we'll haul it all back to St. Paul. I was just about to call you when you called. Sapphire and St. Paul don't call, we've always got Aberdeen. 'Cause dreams, they seem to cost money, but money costs some dreams. It went just like you predicted. I swear there must be something in your dreams. It all went down exactly like your visions. And I know you said don't call until I'm clean. I'm not drunk, I'm cut, I'm gushing blood, and I need someone to come and pick me up. I was a skeptic at first, but these miracles work. I was a skeptic at first, but these miracles work. I was a skeptic at first, but these miracles work. I was a skeptic at first, but these miracles work. sometimes she sees these things right before they're happening. Hail Mary full of grace. Some nights she swears she feels her face. She's known a couple of boys that died, and two of them were crucified, and the last one had enlightened eyes. But the first guy, he was Jesus Christ. Hey Judas, I know you made a grave mistake. Hey Peter, you've been pretty sweet since Easter break. Now she's 4 a.m. and she's wide awake, and she's shivering and smiling. Let's clutch and kiss and sing and shake. So now let's try to levitate. You Catholic girls, you start much too late. But baby, let's transverberate. Baby, let's transverberate. Baby, let's transverberate. And she saw the footage right before it got cut, and she saw the bodies and she saw the blood. She saw the angel put a sword in his side, and baby, that's how we got canonized. She saw him gushing blood right before it got cut. She saw him put a body in a bag in the trunk. She saw the guys coming in from the sides, and baby, that's how we get energized. She said, you know I'm down to pay for it. She said, just grant me some indulgences, 'cause I've been mostly dying, and I've been mostly coughing, and I've been mostly crying, and I've been thinking about both crosses. She saw the film right before it came out, and at first she thought Judas might go for the mouth. And she saw the nails and she saw the hands. She saw the crowd and she heard the band, and the new kid begged him not to do it. And Jesus just said, hey, I still love you, Judas. Since you've been up in Massachusetts, I've been dreaming about those cruises, and I've been thinking about both crosses, and I've been dreaming about those cruises. Yeah, I've been thinking about both crosses. Getting back in touch, and it's a pretty good feeling. Yeah, it feels pretty good. I get a lot of double takes when I'm coming around the corners, and it's mostly pretty nice. Yeah, it's mostly pretty alright, 'cause most kids give me credit for being down with it when it was back in the day, back when things were way different, when the youth of today and the early 7 seconds taught me some of life's most valuable lessons. time when the scene will seem less sunny. It'll probably get druggy and the kids will seem too skinny. There's gonna come a time when she's gonna have to go with whoever's gonna get her the highest. There's gonna come a time when the true scene leaders will forget where they differ and get big picture, cause the kids at the shows, they'll have kids of their own. The sing-along songs will be our scriptures. We gotta stay positive. We gotta stay positive. We gotta stay positive. We gotta stay positive. When the chaperone crowned us the king and the queen, I knew that we'd arrived at a unified scene. And all those little lambs from my dreams, well, they were there too. Cause it's one thing to start it with a positive jam, and it's another thing to see it on through. And we couldn't have even done this if it wasn't for you. We gotta stay positive. We gotta stay positive. We gotta stay positive. She isn't always funny in the night. Once she gets a couple drinks in, she's probably gonna tell you you ain't doing anything right. Then you'll roll your eyes and then you'll probably fight. She manipulates an adoration. She gets pretty wasted at the celebrations, benefits in the building dedications. It's always sunny in the morning, sucks around the ending of the night. When she storms out of the restaurant, I think you're supposed to chase her to the lights. One boy hits her like a tambourine, the other dissing me on a message machine. Magazines and daddy issues, I know you're pretty pissed, I hope you'll still let me kiss you. Magazines and daddy issues, I know you're pretty pissed, I hope you still let me kiss you. Magazines and daddy issues, I know you're pretty pissed, I hope you'll still let me kiss you. Magazines and daddy issues, I know you're pretty pissed, I hope you still let me kiss you. I hope you'll still let me kiss you. I hope you'll still let me kiss you. One boy calls while the other texts. She's got boys on board and boys on deck. Second dates and lipstick tissues. New York gets pretty heavy. Girl, I hope it doesn't crush you. Magazines and daddy issues, I know you're pretty pissed, I hope you still let me kiss you. Second dates and lipstick tissues. New York gets pretty heavy. Girl, I hope it doesn't crush you. Magazines and daddy issues, I know you're pretty pissed, I hope you still let me kiss you. maker. All the boys knew it was a joke about Jamaica. She'd always find a ride back home from the bar. She used to feel so stupid when they talk about the music born into every single tune. They used to hum against her lips with their hands on her hips. They used to kiss in the car. Dancing days, houses of the holy, hot shot in the city in the middle of the prairie. Flirting with the boys, with all the charms. First the laugh, then the eyes, and then the touch them on the arms. And the drinks, they never seemed to cost money. And Saturday night was a runway that extended into Sunday, and sometimes Monday. Back then it was beautiful. The boys were sweet and musical. The laser lights looked mystical. Messed up still felt magical. Girls didn't seem so typical. Boys didn't seem so typical. It was warm and wide and wonderful. We were all invincible. Tired eyes trampled underfoot, dazed and confused. Cocaine blues. She hasn't got any eye contact tonight. The boys are getting younger and the bands are getting louder, and the new girls are coming up like some white unopened flowers. And she's pretty sure that that's where their power is. Back then it was unified. The punks, the skins, the greaser guys. Then one summer 2 kids died, and one of them was crucified. Now it's so competitive, the sleeplessness and sedatives. I know it sounds repetitive, every show can't be a benefit. The front row girls were posturing, and we were all imagining. Man, we had some massive nights, some bashes and some bloody fights, back before those 2 kids died. About your most recent vision. Don't tell my family they're all wicked, strict Christian. Don't tell the hangers-on. Don't tell your friends. Don't tell them we went down to Ybor City again. Don't tell the dancers, they'll just get distracted. Don't tell the DJs, they already suspect us. Don't mention the bloodshed, don't mention the scams. Don't tell them Ybor City almost killed us again. We are the theater hosting the screening. We're dust in the spotlights. We're just kind of floating. Don't drop little hints, I don't want them to guess. Don't mention Tampa, they'll just know all the rest. Don't mention bloodshed, don't tell them it hurts. Don't say we saw angels, they'll take us straight to the church. They queue up for tickets to see the performance. They push to get closer, looking upwards with wonder. We are the actors, the cameras are rolling. I'll be Ben Gazzara, you'll be Gina Rollins. Sometimes actresses get slapped. Sometimes actresses get slapped. Sometimes fake fights turn out bad. Sometimes actresses get slapped.